Why your 40s beat your 20s for building wealth in Africa. In your 20s, everything feels urgent. You want results fast. You want proof that your effort is working. You want to feel ahead. But in Africa especially, your 20s are rarely the season where wealth quietly grows. They are the season where reality introduces itself. You are learning how systems really work. You are discovering how limited income feels. You are navigating family expectations, social pressure, unstable economies, and personal identity all at once. In your 20s, most people are not building wealth. They are building awareness. And that is not failure. That is preparation. Because wealth is not built by speed. It is built by leverage. And leverage comes later. In your 40s, something powerful happens. You stop rushing. You stop proving. You stop experimenting blindly. You start choosing deliberately. In your 20s, income is usually fragile. Jobs are unstable. Businesses are still learning to breathe. Mistakes are frequent and expensive. In your 40s, income becomes layered. Not necessarily larger, but smarter. You understand where money leaks. You understand which efforts compound and which only exhaust you. In Africa, this difference matters deeply. Because our environments demand resilience before reward. They punish impatience and reward persistence. In your 20s, you often trade time for money. In your 40s, you trade knowledge for money. And knowledge is lighter to carry. By your 40s, you've seen cycles. Booms and crashes. Good years and difficult ones. Political shifts. Currency pressure. Economic uncertainty. You no longer panic when conditions change. You adapt. That emotional stability is wealth in disguise. Most people underestimate how dangerous emotions are to money. Fear causes poor decisions. Excitement causes waste. Pressure causes shortcuts. By your 40s, you have emotional scar tissue. And scar tissue protects. You've failed enough times to respect systems. You've succeeded enough times to trust patience. In your 20s, people chase trends. In your 40s, people build structures. Structures survive Africa. Another advantage of your 40s is clarity. In your 20s, you say yes to everything. Every opportunity looks golden. Every idea feels urgent. In your 40s, you say no easily. And that is a superpower. You understand opportunity cost. You understand focus. You understand that wealth grows best when energy is concentrated. This is especially important in African economies where resources are limited. Spreading yourself thin is expensive. In your 40s, you also understand people better. You've learned who to trust. Who talks big but delivers small. Who shows up when money is involved, and who disappears. Relationships stop being emotional and start becoming strategic. This does not mean you become cold. It means you become intentional. And intention multiplies outcomes. Another reason your 40s beat your 20s is responsibility. In your 20s, responsibility feels like a burden. In your 40s, it becomes a framework. You understand obligations. Family. Community. Legacy. Instead of fighting these responsibilities, you design around them. You stop dreaming alone and start planning with reality included. This is how wealth becomes sustainable. In Africa, wealth that ignores family collapses under pressure. Wealth that plans for family survives. Your 40s also come with confidence. Not loud confidence, but quiet certainty. You no longer need external validation. You don't need to look rich. You don't need approval to make smart financial decisions. You stop spending to impress and start investing to protect. This shift alone saves more money than most side hustles. Another overlooked advantage is patience. In your 20s, waiting feels like losing. In your 40s, waiting feels like strategy. You understand timing. You know when to move and when to stay still. This is crucial in African markets where timing often matters more than capital. By your 40s, you've also learned how to survive without quitting. You've endured disappointment, delays, sips. So when wealth building feels slow, you don't panic. You stay consistent. And consistency is the true currency of long-term wealth. Your 40s also bring discipline. Not motivational discipline, structural discipline. You build routines, systems, rules. You stop relying on willpower and start relying on processes. Processes scale. Motivation doesn't. By your 40s, you understand that money is not just about earning. It is about managing risk. You diversify. You protect. You plan. You stop gambling with your future. And this mindset is what turns income into wealth. In Africa, where safety nets are weak, this awareness is priceless. Another advantage is mentorship. In your 20s, you rarely listen deeply. In your 40s, you value guidance. You seek wisdom instead of shortcuts. And wisdom compresses decades into decisions. By your 40s, your mistakes become assets. Your failures become instruction manuals. You stop repeating lessons and start applying them. This is why wealth accelerates later, not earlier. It's not because you suddenly become smarter. It's because you finally stop ignoring what life has been teaching you. Your 40s also shift your definition of success. Success stops being loud. It becomes quiet stability. Options. Flexibility. You value cash flow over applause. Security over attention. And that value shift changes everything. Most importantly, your 40s allow you to think long-term. Legacy replaces urgency. Continuity replaces excitement. You start building something that can outlive you. And wealth that outlives you is real wealth. So if you are in your 20s and feel behind, understand this. You are not late. You are early in the wrong phase. Your job now is not to look wealthy. It is to become capable. Your 40s will reward preparation more than ambition. And if you are already in your 40s, understand this. You are not running out of time. You are entering your strongest financial decade. Because now you know what matters. You know what works. And most importantly, you know what to ignore. And that clarity is priceless.